Hey there, Enneagram 7. Welcome to 9 in 9 and our series, Love Me True. For a good time, call an Enneagram 7, right? This is 9 in 9, Enneagram Wisdom for Life. I'm Jen Stanley. Let's dive in. I love hanging out with a healthy Enneagram 7. Sevens want their relationships with their friends and their family and their partners. They want them to be adventurous, spontaneous, fun, and alive. And who doesn't want that, right? But even Enneagram 7s are not immune to the disconnect that happens in relationships based on our core differences, our expectations, and the ways in which we give and receive love. So let's just start with the core differences. Beginning with, let's remember that while a 7 is very active and always doing something, their primary center of intelligence is actually thinking. 7s love to plan. And honestly, I've heard from so many 7s that while they're doing something really great, they're actually thinking about the next great thing. And so we want to remember this when we're in a relationship with a 7, that the thought processes, the logic and the reasoning, and especially the planning kind of never turn off. The repressed center of intelligence is feeling. And it's exactly what it sounds like. 7s struggle to know, identify, and feel the feelings that are happening within them. So what this ends up looking like is the 7 really only being comfortable with the happy emotions. They're great at expressing enthusiasm, happiness, joy, and fun. But it doesn't mean they're not feeling sad, angry, overwhelmed, worried. Those feelings are there. They're just very difficult for the 7 to access. Honestly, I often wonder if 7s even feel like they're allowed to express those not so happy feelings. And this is really important information when we're in a relationship with a 7. As you might imagine, 7's time orientation is in the future, and it shows up all the time. It shows up that maybe while you're with them doing a really great watch a movie night or on a date, they're kind of already thinking about the next thing and the next thing they want to do. This is important to a 7 that you're able to dream with them. And if future orientation time is hard for you, that can cause a lot of disconnect between the two numbers. The bid for connection that a 7 is making is one that you might not expect. For the 7, when they were young, there was some scenario in which they didn't get the care and the nurturing that they needed. And so their bid for connection is one of, will you care for me? Will you take care of me? Will you nurture me when I need it? They are very, very good at hiding this. And so it's a piece of information for those of us who love an Enneagram 7 to keep in our heart so that we can remember to find ways to meet that bid for connection with the Enneagram 7s that we love. So the expectations from a 7 in a relationship are going to be that the relationship is, again, fun, adventurous, and positive, and also that the focus, the way that they see the world remains really positive. So if you're sitting with the 7 trying to talk through a situation, they're immediately going to see the positive, the possibility, the opportunities there. And they may struggle to talk about or see the entire picture, which includes some pain and some fear. You may find in a relationship with a 7 that they don't bring up things that would be painful to the partner. And it can feel like, why would you not share that with me? And the motive for the 7 is that they just don't want to cause pain or be a part of a painful conversation. And so that's something to be really careful about. All in all, in a relationship with a 7, you can expect that it's probably not going to be boring or dull. Okay, Enneagram 7, here's your heart for how to love other people well. And on it, I would put the word presence. And here's what I mean. First, I want you to be here now. And if you have to say that to yourself 100 times the next time you're spending time with a person that you love, I invite you to do it, to stay present, to stay in the moment, to be fully engaged with thinking, with your feelings, with the actions that you're taking in the moment that you have with the people you love. I want you to feel your feelings without trying to escape them. So be present with your feelings. When a feeling of sadness or shame or fear, worry, anxiety, boredom, when those feelings come up, just go ahead and let them be present with them, and I promise you they will pass. So be open to feeling your feelings on all spectrums of that feeling wheel. And third, I want to invite you to be present to see the other person, the person that you're with. Notice what they enjoy doing. Notice what their mood is. And if their mood is less than happy, joyful, and super energized, it's okay. Let them be in the mood that they are. And I'm not saying don't try to cheer somebody up ever, but I'm also reminding you that for the people that you are in relationship with, that you love deeply, there's going to be days when they feel down in the dumps. And you have an invitation to be in that moment with them and not try to escape it. Here's the heart for loving 7s well. And on it, I would write the word joy, because that's the nature of a 7. And one of the ways that we can do this is to embrace spontaneity. If a plan comes up at the last minute, go for it, because that keeps things fun and interesting to your 7. You may be a planner. And if you are, that's okay. But every so often, it would go a long way for you to be really spontaneous with your 7. If you're in a relationship with an Enneagram 7 as a spouse, a friend, you want to be in for their adventures. Maybe not all of them, but as many as you can be. Say yes to adventure, because this is what bonds a 7 with you. And really, who doesn't need more adventure in their life? So take advantage of the fact that you have a 7 in your life and try to say yes to more adventure. And finally, a way that you can love a 7 well is to invite them to be in the present moment. Remind them to take a deep breath, to take it all in, to save planning the next vacation for maybe after you get home from this vacation first. These are ways that you can love a 7 well, and I guarantee you're going to have a really exciting relationship. You're invited to check out a masterclass that I created with my Enneagram mentor and friend, David Bell. In it, we go number by number, and we talk about the core differences that come up within each number. We talk about the expectations, about the danger zones, and about those bids for connection that each number is making, and how we can find our way back to connection by just increasing our awareness, our curiosity, and our empathy and compassion.